Hey traders, it's Nikos here from the Spartan Trade Academy. I want to do our weekly outlook for next week. Today is Saturday the 14th, and tomorrow Monday markets will be open soon. By the way, it's in about like 3 hours or 4 hours, so let's do that. Make sure we are ready. First of all, I'm going over gold and silver. I have long positions since forever on gold, but now we see this wedge happening on this daily chart, and we don't want to take action. If you're not already in, you wait. You really have to wait for break of that wedge here, either up or down, and then setups below here to look for shorts. You can then target on the weekly chart really easily just by drawing the lines like that. If you get short setups, you can target this line, which is about 380 to 400 points, or even lower back to the 200 or 633 in combination with a horizontal line in this area. We have more touches, multiple touches like here in this area. This whole area between here and here is support, of course, so we like to leave that line in the middle. We know that price could move down to here or even lower down to here. Then you have another like 200 plus pips if it really wants to go. But for that, as I said, you need setups below here. I mean 1 hourly or 4 hourly setups for the shorts. If it's breaking out, then of course new setups over that trend line to go for longs. And if you're already long, you just stay in with your remaining part, or you could reinstate that position if you get a nice setup in this area. Okay, silver more or less the same. Here you can see on the weekly chart we got our first red candle, closed red Heikin-Ashi candles here, which might mean because of the horizontal resistance here in this area, it maybe wants to retrace back to that line in combination with the previous highs or the 633. If that happens, so what will happen first of all to make it painless for everybody? Price has to break the 36, and it has to give us a clean and clear setup on the 1 hourly, 4 hourly chart below here, so you can either use those setups to trade immediately, or you get in with a lower time frame to find some good setups day trading wise, still targeting a longer term, the 633 or the extension of this line. And if it's breaking, it will probably move fast. We'll see. If it's bouncing on it, it has to break the resistance areas up here, and then you would look for long setups over here. That's simple. For the long traders that are already long, you can even switch to the monthly chart to check for next areas of resistance. So I would go really longer term. I would go for this area, and this could take a while. In between you get for sure retracements on the lower time frames, but if you are already long and you have positions running, this could be a good area starting from 24, 50, 60 up to 26, like 40 or something like that. Okay, longer term targets. Australian dollar, US dollar, we are still long here. Target is still up here, but we could see the retracement happening. So if you have a remaining position, it should be a win-win scenario coming from the daily. But if you have one lot running, let it run. It might bounce off here, then you can stay in or look for lower time frame entries after bounce on this powerful daily chart. Don't forget how powerful daily charts are. It doesn't matter if you trade day trades or scalping trades. When price retraces back to an area like this with a lot of history and powerful support, the first reaction is usually a bounce. It doesn't matter how long or how far it's going to retrace, but you want to be careful. You don't want to look for shorts when price is reaching this area of support. Wait for the reaction first, and if it's going up, setups, this is still longer term target. If it does not bounce, or it bounces on a little bounces already only a little bit, man, I'm drunk today, sorry, I'm trying to talk fast, doesn't work always. then it will break, and if it breaks, then you look for setups below here and take the shorts to target this area, or of course lower down here. Okay, USDN. USDN is ranging on the daily chart, and what we really want to see is a good setup on the lower time frames if we want to take retracement trades. This is what we were looking for. It didn't happen, so there was no setup. You can move that to here. If there's a setup, then you can start trading this against the main trend and target that line. Okay, now on the daily chart, the next support area would be down here. So if you're already long, many members are long since the bounce here. So if you're still long, short, then you want to target this area down here, right? For new shorts, you want to look for setups below here, and again target this area. But I would be careful. Other pairs look much better, so don't get stuck on one pair. New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, we got the bounce of the horizontal resistance almost by the pip. Again here the same story. If it's bouncing long, using the lower time frames, if it's breaking shorts, and target longer term this area. This on the weekly chart is the big range we see here, right? So first target would be the middle of the range, the 36, longer term target, the lows. GBP US dollar, it's still going down. We said we wanted this retracement. We got the retracement back to the 36. Now we really, if you're already short, this is your support area, the previous lows. We don't have any other lows here anyway. So short, short, short. And if that breaks, for sure, free fall kind of. So you have to monitor this probably on the 4-hourly or even 1-hourly chart. Draw your lines, and as long as those lines are holding the 36, price stays below the 36, you can stay short. Okay, other pairs connected to GBP still going down, all the bigger time frame 1 to 3. So it took a while, but here you got a good retracement. Price continued slowly sneaking, like moving down, but still like almost 900 pips every day, a little bit. Okay, and you got setups on the lower time frames if you didn't want to take it off the daily, of course, because it was a late entry. You got the 4-hourly setups, you got lower time frame entries. No reason not to make good profits on those powerful trending pairs down so far. Okay, right now wait for another retracement back to the 36 or back to your line, and then only look for shorts. I wouldn't touch those actually until I get a lower low on the daily chart and then a nice retracement. So patience if you're not in. If you're in, just enjoy the ride. Goes also for other GBP pairs. Look here, GBP New Zealand dollar, the same story. Reached already the previous lows. As long as it's going down, just keep on trading short. But don't ignore the fact that this could retrace at any point, getting back to the 36 EMA. The angle changed now. You'll see it looks like that. Now for you, the resistance would be the 36 EMA. So if price retraces, or if it moves a little bit lower, creating a lower low, ideally, and then comes back, it has to get back to here at least, or to the 36 before a bounce appears, and then you can either trade with the main trend, or you see at that point we will check and see anyway. If something else happens, I'll tell you, I'll update you anyway. The Euro US dollar, one of those pairs that you don't want to trade right now. It's just waste of time, in my opinion. I don't touch it at all. USD CAD, interesting now because it's coming down. We have horizontal resistance in this area between here and here. We leave it in the middle. If that really stays here, then we could get some really new nice setups and target all the previous lows. Ideally, I would target like a powerful area. This here for the lower time frames, that here for the guys that trade the higher time frames, longer term targets. Okay, here is a lot of support right now because of those previous lows in 2016 March and April. Okay, so that does mean that it will now just drop. We still have support here, here in this area. We have to look for setups. That's why we like to use the 4-hourly chart. We got already the aggressive setup after the first bounce on it here, but now we really need another one. We need one looking like that, and then you can start trading it, hopefully in Monday, Tuesday. We'll see. Okay, so keep an eye on this pair. As crude oil, some people like that. It's still going up and up, so I would keep the longs, longer term targets. I don't have much history here. Right now the target would be like the 45-30 area. We'll see. On the lower time frames you can find entries. Ideally now you need to see retracements, you need to see the markets breathing out like that. If that happens, you can trade this for sure. Okay, and the Euro CAD, we had the short already. There's another one, but I don't like how it's moving right now. So on the daily chart, there is no real direction. I don't like how it looks. It's support here, it's moving up a little bit on the daily chart. It came back to the 36. We didn't get a break. It didn't go up. It's now below. So this is one of those pairs that we leave for now. We want to see the good breaks either here or here before we touch it. It looks a little bit like whatever, not good, like the Euro US dollar and other pairs. Focus on the ones that are trending, that are volatile, where you can actually have higher time frame targets, and it's easier to focus on success. Okay, so enjoy the week. I'll catch up with you in the live room next week anyway, and bye for now.